G'day, g'day!
Welcome back to our channel. I'm Sam.
And I'm Lily.
Please like, subscribe, and
Yes,
donate to our Patreon.
very much. Yes.
Okay, babe, what are we doing today?
We are reading Reddit stories that you have graciously uncovered for us.
Yes. I went into the deep, dark end of Reddit. So, I have saved some stories for us to read today.
Very good. Is there a theme today?
No,
No theme?
I didn't think I worked on a theme.
Maybe we can find one.
So, I created a document even. I saved all the stories because sometimes you go back and try to retrieve a story, they cancel it and you can't read it anymore. And I don't know how people do it. I don't know how to find it if it's gone.
Yeah, Josh can do it, right? You have to use a time machine.
Like a real time machine? You think it?
Maybe!
But I put stories and links, so there's everything. Get cozy, everybody, first of all.
Yeah, we've got tea. You should probably have
Got
some
some
as well.
yummy tea.
If you're proper like us.
This is really hot, and it's also
You haven't
peach,
taken the tea.
peach white tea. Yeah, I was gonna do it.
I have blueberry tea.
Okay, so story number 1. Am I the asshole for getting it elsewhere since my wife didn't want to have anymore?
Well, yes, if she didn't agree to that. And also, I don't really like the phrasing. Getting it.
Yeah,
Like,
sounds awful.
yeah, especially since you're referring to your wife as well. Like, you can't get it from her, so you're going to get it from somewhere. It's not, when it's your wife especially, it's not about getting it from them.
I agree.
It's about engaging in something mutually enjoyable. Like, what the heck?
If you are still married and you like, the premises of your marriage is that you're getting it only between the two of you, then you should just
Yikes.
break up.
Let's get into it.
A few months ago, I posted for relationship advice on another sub. Basically, my wife has decided unilaterally that we are done having sex.
It's just easier for me to read with these.
Okay. She found out that she cannot have kids.
Did not have the prank-like effect that I wanted to.
Please continue. I love you.
Love you too.
She found out that she cannot have kids due to a choice she made before we met. And kids apparently are the only reason she is willing to have sex. I love my wife and I enjoy being intimate with her. But it was making our marriage untenable after 2 years of this. So I posted for advice. I got a lot of great support and suggestions about how to talk to my wife. I tried a lot of it. I started going for counseling for myself as well.
I would like to know whether he knew going into it that she only wanted to have for kids. It seems like no.
That's
which
what
is
I was
dodgy
thinking.
on the wife's. And
Yeah.
maybe she didn't even realise.
I was thinking that as well, like, did you get into marriage thinking, I mean, did she not disclose that for her it's just for children?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
It doesn't sound like
So
it.
that-
Maybe she was going through some self-discovery, I don't know.
True.
But it sounds fine so far.
Yeah. And it looks like he's doing,
The right things.
yeah, he's asking for help and
So far.
talking, and so far so good. But no matter how I approached her about our situation, she would not try and see it from my point of view. Every discussion would end with her crying and screaming in my face that I am trying to emotionally manipulate her. I then wrote her a letter outlining my feelings and asking her to come with me for counseling, to seek it for herself, perhaps to go see a doctor. I was kind and loving in the letter, and the last thing I wanted to do was set her off. I worked on the wording with my counselor to make sure I wasn't saying anything aggressive that could be misinterpreted.
Seems fine.
Yeah, it looks like he's doing the right steps. Like, I like that he even checked with the counselor about the wording, because it can, like... It
Could be misinterpreted or, just trigger.
Exactly.
It's just better to do it in a nicer
So
way.
far,
understanding way.
I feel like he's doing the right steps.
Yeah, some of his wording is like, I don't like, but
I agree.
That could be for a number of reasons. Like, we don't know. Like,
I agree. She read the letter, then she scrolled across it with a red Sharpie. Go get it elsewhere because you're not getting it from me. Then she walked out. I sat there for about an hour doing nothing. Then I told myself that was what I was going to do. We're both fairly successful in our jobs. I'm not super attractive, but I'm fit and a good talker. It took a while, but I met someone. We started out as just friends, but it became physical. I made sure she knew I was married. She's not interested in a relationship, so I guess I'm a safe option for her. Should we continue and say later?
Yeah, I have things to say, but we can continue.
Okay. I found out because I did not try and hide. She was crying when I got home one night. When I came in, she asked if I was going to leave her. I said no. She asked if I was cheating on her, and I said I was getting sex elsewhere. She said that I was cheating, and I did not disagree. I asked her what she wanted to do. She said I had to stop. I asked her if we were going to start having sex. She said I was an irrational asshole if I thought that she would have sex with me after I cheated. I went to my desk and pulled out a photocopy of the letter I wrote with her answer.
He was waiting.
He
was ready.
I went to have a shower and go to my room to sleep. To my room? So I guess they have separate rooms, which is fine. They didn't mention this before. When I woke up, she was sitting on the couch. She said that she reread the letter and that she realized she had not before. She assumed it was just a letter begging for sex. She said she would go for counseling alone and with me. All I had to do was stop having sex elsewhere. I said I would be willing to pause my friendship until we saw a counselor, and that if I saw progress in our relationship, I would break it off. She said she would not agree to counseling without me leaving the other woman. It almost turned into a fight, so I just went for my run. Before I left, I asked her what would compel her to go for counseling if I stopped having sex elsewhere. When I got back, she still did not have an answer. She couldn't even say that our relationship was worth saving. So I guess he was asking, why would you go to counseling only if I stopped talking to her? I think that's what he's trying to ask her. This is what I am understanding, which could be wrong. I don't want a divorce, but I am willing to leave over this. I am 28. I'm not going the rest of my life without sex. She refuses to see my side.
Oof. I have a lot to say.
Yeah.
I think that it was really dodgy that she didn't even read the letter after he put so much effort into it. I think maybe what she said, I assumed it was just you begging for sex. It seems to me like he has not gone about it in a good way in the past, but he has done work with a counsellor, which we love.
Yeah.
To improve on that and then approach the subject in a more understanding and kind way. And she's not done any work to receive the information in, in a pleasant way.
Yeah.
He's the one doing the work and she isn't. So I am more inclined to be on his side over that situation. Yeah. However, I think that wasn't really a discussion. That wasn't really her saying, I'm okay with it if you do that. Like, he should have seen what she wrote on the letter saying, go and find it from other people. And he should have been like, do you really mean that? Because I would be willing to work out an agreement where we open up the marriage. Like, if you make any changes to such a, it's a big relationship point, you need to have a conversation about it. It just sounds like they're really terrible at communication, but at least he's working on the communication side of things.
I do agree with what you're saying, and I do think he missed a step. But he took a photocopy of it. He was ready to be like, you said so.
Yeah.
This is what, you said so it's all legit.
That's it just sounds like the relationship was already really struggling.
And I do appreciate him trying, and it looks like he's going to counseling and everything. I do appreciate that. With that being said, we're also having only his side of the story. So that could be it's hard to know what is true and what is not.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, it looks like he's putting an effort, and she's not really. She's not.
We can only use the information we have.
With the information we have, it looks like he's putting an effort into the relationship, into communicating, and she's not. It looks like she's kind of dismissive of his feelings from what we're seeing.
Yeah. She might have like good reason from past trauma to be that way, but you can't just not work on it and expect the relationship to be fine.
And you can't just not listen to your partner, not have just cut communication. And cutting something like sex off of a relationship when the relationship prior to that moment was including sex is a big change.
Yeah,
it's like,
for sure. It's the same thing. It needs a conversation, just like opening a relationship.
Exactly. Because again, it looks like both of you went into the relationship thinking that
sex was a part of it.
Which doesn't have to be, but also both of you needs to agree.
Yeah.
I'll read a couple of comments. The fact that you made a photocopy of the letter tells me you already know this train is headed to divorce town.
Well, I don't think that's necessarily true. Like, he could have just been keeping receipts for when he did cheat. He could be like, well, you said I could.
Yeah, he was definitely keeping receipts.
Yeah.
And someone else says, why don't you just leave her? I'm so confused. I'm the same, because
I think it's much easier said than done. Like, he loves her.
That is true.
He committed to a life with her.
I agree with that, but it looks like...
But she's not doing anything.
It just looks like the relationship evolved into a situation where there's no end, because, again...
If she's not willing to.
He's tried to communicate, and she's not willing to move forward. Like, she does not want to have sex, and he wants to have sex. So, I don't know. Anyway, there is an update.
We love it.
On lying to my wife about breaking off my affair. If she agreed, go to counseling. I told my wife that I broke off my relationship with the woman I was having sex with. I did this because she said she would not agree to go to counseling unless I did so. She refused to go for counseling after I told her I broke off my relationship with my friend.
That's what he was worried about, right?
She said I was her husband and I didn't have the right to her body or to get sex elsewhere. She's right that he doesn't have the right to her body to have sex with her, but also...
He has the right to be in a relationship with someone that wants the same things as he does.
Since I lied as a test, I think you can guess I knew she was lying. We are getting divorced. She deserves to be happy with someone who is okay with no sex in the marriage, and I deserve a life. I have moved out and I'm moving forward with my life. Thanks for all your advice.
Yep, I think that's totally fair. I don't really see any moving forward on that unless she agrees to.
I do hope she gets therapy for herself, because it does look like she's having trouble in communicating with
a lot
her
of trouble,
partner, which is probably due to some trauma or something. I don't want to say.
She probably doesn't want to confront why she doesn't want to have sex with him. I feel like that is probably causing a lot of...
It can be understandable, but you cannot be in a relationship without open communication.
Yeah.
It's just not.
That's the thing. When you're in a relationship, you have to have these really hard conversations with your partner and with yourself.
Yeah.
You have to get vulnerable, especially with yourself, and get real and be like, oh, wow, I'm like this. I either need to do this or that to fix it, or I need to accept it and open up to my partner about it.
I agree 100%. And I mean, I understand. I think we both completely understand how it can be hard sometimes to realize things about yourself and to confront your demons or whatever's going on in your brain, and especially opening up to someone. I mean, the first few, don't know how many times, is really, really hard and vulnerable. And because it might be that she was met before with people who didn't create a safe space for her. I understand where she comes from, but
a relationship can't be sustained on that.
It just can't, So I think it's good that then moving on. Hi, baby.
Hi. Sorry.
I love you.
I love you too.
Yeah, anyway. I think we both agree on this. It looks like
they're a little bit harsh.
Yeah, as per usual. It looks like most of them saying basically that it's not cheating because she's set to
They're very petty, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, if we want to be technical, I guess he did have the receipt of her saying so, but it's a little bit like a relationship.
They're just meeting petty with petty, I feel. And then the people on Reddit are like, make it even more petty.
Yeah. And sometimes I think pettiness is
she
great.
condones pettiness in specific circumstances.
But not in this, like, this is different, because this is a relationship with someone you love, like, with your heart. Like, I don't condone pettiness for this.
You're just not going to solve any issues with pettiness. That's my belief.
That is true. But some issues
sometimes you don't need to. Not in relationships. No. In other circumstances. Is it my turn to read?
Yeah, I think it's your turn.
Oh my god, is this gonna get weird?
I'll get tea.
Oh. That's good. Alright. Am I the asshole for giving a 14-year-old girl a ride home late at her night?
Just by the title, I'm gonna say no. If someone, especially a young girl, is out late at night and they need a ride home and you're being like safe, I think it's good to give them a ride home.
Don't know, but we should be teaching people not to get into cars with strangers.
Yeah, for sure. But let's read the story.
Yeah, we need more context.
Yeah.
I'm 34 male and I was driving home from work at 11 p.m. when I saw a girl walking alone. So strangers. We aren't in a particularly safe area to be out at night like that, so I offered her a ride and I drove her home, which would have taken her a while to walk. She talked about how she was at a party and her ride left without her, and she spent a while looking for a ride, but nobody she knew was sober enough or was able to drive. I dropped her off at her place and got home. My wife asked me why I took so long, and I explained everything, and she said it was wrong and creepy to offer a girl her age a ride and that I shouldn't have done it. I personally don't think it's wrong, and with how dangerous our area is, I think it's better that she had a safe way home rather than potentially getting hurt while walking or being picked up by someone with bad intentions. Since everyone was mentioning it, I was aware of the risk, but I'd rather have had her destroy my reputation than for her to have been picked up by someone with less pure intentions. So people in the comments
must have pointed out how
he could have been falsely accused of SA, which is a fake thing to be scared of.
That's something that you're really scared of. Like, I think you can easily.
I don't think it's a real thing to be scared of, but
but I'm saying if you are, like, if that's something, like, you can easily find a way out. But from the post that we have, I don't think it was an asshole thing to do. I think it was the right thing to do to help someone out.
Yeah, I think if she had said no thanks and he insisted that, then he would have become an asshole.
Absolutely not.
And honestly, if my child got home and told me they got home from a stranger, I would have been like, never do that again. Like, call me and I will come and pick you up. But probably if she had that option, she would have taken that option.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I always had my mom saying, like,
I don't care what happens, I don't care what time it is, whatever situation you're in.
Even if I lied to her, like, you're drunk.
Whatever, anything. You call me, and I'll come. No questions asked,
Mine said the exact same thing.
Which I think is the way to go.
100%.
If we'll have kids, or if we'll have even like nieces or friends, like I'll be like,
tell them,
you call me anytime, I'll come pick you up no matter what.
I'd much prefer you drunk, having lied to me, than dead or
100%.
having been assaulted in some way.
Also, as a parent, I'll be like, oh shit, like, why did that person drive you home? I would probably be worried about it, but at the same time, I am sure there are plenty of men who are good humans and are willing to help and would never do anything.
You know what another option would have been in that scenario? Like, I think it would have also been weird if he trailed behind her and made sure she got home safe.
He could have called an Uber for her.
Yeah.
But then again, you would have to disclose your address, I guess.
Yeah, he could have given her some money and then called a cab, and then she could have told the cab directly
where
her
to go.
address.
Yeah, I guess that is.
There were some other option
as well.
Like, he could have offered her the lift, and if she said no, been like, well, how about I just give you some money?
I'll call the taxi for you, and I'll pay for it. Just get home safe. I guess there are other options, but I didn't think what he did was wrong.
No.
So I don't know. Let's see
what he did. Yeah, let's see what other people think. I don't want to live in a world where you're looked at as an asshole for this. I 100% get that accusations could be thrown around, so I'd be reluctant to help. But like you, I'd rather know they're safe than driving by and wondering or finding out that something awful happened. There are good men / people in this world still, and more need to be brave enough to help others when in need. Thank you for being brave enough to help someone in need. We need more people like you.
I do think we need more people who are willing to help in general.
At least just offer help, and then don't be offended if it's declined.
Yeah, but that is not offering help. If you, after offer help, you're offended that it was declined,
then you had different intentions.
Yeah, exactly. So fuck off.
Yeah, someone said what I said. If she'd said no and you tried to insist, then you'd be an arsehole.
Yeah, just offering was considerate. Yeah, I truly agree. I feel like sometimes I read stories about like girlfriends being jealous. Again, I don't want to like perpetrate like a weird stereotype about girlfriends being jealous or whatever for no reason, but I have read some stories about boyfriends helping a different girl, like not necessarily so young, but helping out a girl who felt unsafe with someone else, and then the girlfriend being upset because they were helping some other woman. But that is ridiculous.
We should want everyone to be safe.
Like, it would be ridiculous to be like, no, I'm not gonna help you because my girlfriend is gonna be jealous. Like, no, like you should be helping others.
Someone else said, I'm more concerned the girl will be willing to get in strangers' cars, which I agree. Like, I wouldn't be. I mean, she shouldn't have been in walking home alone. Like, I wish she had a safer option. Like, it makes me really sad to think that that was all she could do.
Yeah. It is sad because it makes you think like that at home she probably didn't have the same that we had, someone that was like, no matter what, you call me and I'll help you. Does she not have a safer option? But we don't know exactly her story, her point of view of the story, so I don't know.
Yeah, well, I hope she's being more safe moving forward. Someone else said, why would your wife ever assume you would be creepy? Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, like why does the wife think it's so creepy? Like, she should know that her husband is
that is true, actually.
Safe.
It's really weird. Yeah, because you should be like, yes, thank you for doing that.
Yeah, because there could have been someone worse and creepy that picked it up instead of you. Yeah. So,
yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Think about that. I didn't know how I was feeling about that story. No, I knew how I was feeling about the story, but I thought it was odd. I just want to check, like, why was it removed? Because it says removed by Reddit's filter.
Maybe because they were talking about false essay allegations.
It says it's to prevent spammers, likely due to rule violations, spam, or inappropriate content. So I wonder, like, if something else was going on in the... I don't know. Again, we can only say things in regards of the information we have on what people write down. Like, we don't know the actual situation. We can only believe the writers. Okay, let's go with story number 3.
Yes, I'm going to read another one since that one was short. This one's also short.
Yeah. Oh, again.
Locked. Removed.
New comments cannot be posted. Sorry, this post has been removed by moderators of Relationship Advice. It's been removed because it is an style question. Okay.
It's in the wrong group.
Okay. Well, I saved everything, so it's fine.
Okay, my 24 female boyfriend, 24 male, regularly puts me in time out. How normal is punishment in grown relationships?
It's not.
0%.
Yeah, it's not. It's not normal. I actually don't even think you should punish children. So
yeah, we don't even believe in time out for children. But I mean, this is crazy. This is not. I've never even heard of this. All right. My boyfriend's version of time out is when he stops talking to me, ignores me, and doesn't see me or communicate with me. No.
We're both like, no.
Absolutely not. I earned it last night because I expressed to him I have to be wary about him with other women, no matter their demographics, because he has tried to sleep with multiple women online and at his workplace. Old, young, everything. Girl, it makes me so sad when people don't realise how much better they deserve. I actually looked at his phone the other day to check if he had still been buying nudes behind my back, and he threw my coffee machine and broke it. I mean, this is a no-brainer, babe. This is not even going to need a discussion.
No.
Water went everywhere and I cleaned it up while he left. He said I earned it because I shouldn't have brought anything up. I wasn't upset about anything because I didn't find anything on his phone. I don't know. I just don't feel good and I don't know where to go from here. What would you do in this situation? Is punishing your partner normal? This is only my second boyfriend and our dynamic is giving me DDLG.
What is DDLG?
I have no idea. Don't drown, let go. Sometimes, and I feel like I have my voice and power taken away with that dynamic.
Yeah.
DDLG, the dynamic is giving me DDLG.
Just put it in Google and see what it says. Or maybe people will actually say on the comments.
Develop dirty, long grass.
I mean, this is absolutely not okay.
He's abusive and you deserve so much better. Much better.
Yes. If you are in a relationship where the other person just doesn't speak to you to punish you.
Yeah. Throws things.
Where they make you feel so...
Where they cheat on you behind your back and then make you feel bad for feeling paranoid about it. These are all abusive behaviours, but also be safe because leaving a partner is the least safe time for an abuse victim.
It's really hard.
Yeah. Get help, local support in your area.
Yeah, as many resources.
Don't do it alone. Yeah, but
insane behavior.
Yeah, it's a big no from us.
Like, take your time and ask for help, but leave this relationship because absolutely, yeah, people are saying run.
Leave him, run. What the actual fuck? He's abusive.
Punishing your partner is not normal at all. Crazy.
Yeah,
crazy. I mean, just stop. Like, saying I'm not talking to you anymore because I'm mad at you is not normal behavior.
Someone wrote, punishment in relationships is abuse. It is not normal, in all caps.
Yeah,
I think that pretty well sums it up. What the actual fuck did I just read?
You need to leave as safely as you can. Alright, I think this one is a bit more... I think I just found actually the theme of the episode, so... comment down below if you found it as well and I'll let you know if it's true. This is a little more... Okay, so this last story has a trigger warning, I would say, about sexual harassment, I think. Mm-hmm. That's the trigger warning.
We all need to get better at learning what trigger warnings to use.
So the title is Me, 46 female, and boyfriend's 43 male, friend kept groping me. Why is this my fault? Yeah, it's worded a bit oddly. Right, so last night, me and my boyfriend of 4 years went out to dinner last night.
You already said.
Yeah, and while we were heading home, one of his friends called to meet at a bar around the corner. I didn't want to go, but he convinced me that it'll be a quick drink. His friend, for some reason, started to grope me and literally pick me up off the floor right in front of my boyfriend. I was pissed off, so I gave my boyfriend a look to take care of this and left to go to the bathroom. And his friend immediately said,
"Oh no, she's upset with me."
I come back thinking he took care of it. Then this guy acts up again and again. I tell my boyfriend we need to leave or I'm walking home. I didn't want to walk home late at night in heels holding an expensive bag, but I was so sick of it, I stormed out. Finally, my boyfriend comes running behind me, and when we got home, a huge fight broke out between us. He's blaming me for all of this.
No,
absolutely not. He said I didn't stop him and kept allowing him to grope me.
No!
I told him...
Victim blaming.
I'm so mad. I told him I'm upset with him because he didn't pull his friend aside and stand up for me, man to man. My boyfriend kept prolonging the stay because his friend kept buying drink after drink for him. I'm real upset that his beers meant more than me feeling uncomfortable by his friend, and has the audacity to blame me for all of this. Why is this my fault?
It isn't.
It's not. To help further clarify. Looks like didn't communicate properly on this post. I told him to stop. I assume all would understand this was non-consensual. The bar was very loud because there was live music as well, and me saying stop / knock it off was either ignored or not heard. Not an excuse, like you should just not do that. My expectations from my expectation from my now ex, is to come in and take care of it when my efforts are being ignored. I did push him off repeatedly while my now ex watched and didn't help. I did tell my boyfriend to control his friend after I came back from the bathroom and I wanted to leave. He said that his friend is a powerful man, and I guess he was either scared or didn't want to upset him.
If you're scared of him, then how can you be mad at her for not wanting to stand up for herself? But anyway, she did.
Unbelievable. Or didn't want to drink the drinks to stop,
That's what it is.
The point is, why is he allowing his friend to grope his girlfriend, and why did he just sit back and watch this? This is why I'm so upset. I don't think that's high expectations to set.
It is not at all. And what's her question? Why is he allowing it?
Because it's a piece of shit.
Because this is SA culture. Mm-hmm. This is what our society is, especially men. They will just sit back and do nothing. And victim blame. That is all part of SA culture. And it's absolutely wrong. It needs a change.
Insane. Like you said, it's crazy how he was like, oh, he's a powerful man. But you mad at her for, according to you, not stopping him?
Yeah. That literally contradicts itself and is also wrong.
I mean, I'm just shocked.
I mean, this was a slam dunk as well.
Coming from a man touching you without consent is never your fault. But much more important, a boyfriend watching and allowing this to happen is neither a man nor a boyfriend.
I don't think that, bringing the fact that he's a man into it is right. Besides the point that he's contributing to SA culture, as men usually do. But I don't like how she said man to man, as if a man saying it. I mean, it is true that a man saying it will hold more weight to the man doing it.
I think he's though saying, coming from a man touching you without
but he said
it's never your fault.
A boyfriend watching it is neither a man.
Oh, okay, you're referring to this part. Yeah, I agree.
A boyfriend watching it is not a man. That's got nothing to do with being a man. It's about being a human being and caring about other human beings. We can be in a lesbian relationship and the other partner, doesn't matter what genders you are, you should want to protect your partner and stand up for your partner. I think you should give your partner the opportunity to stand up for themselves, but I mean, you should also stand up for them. That's your role as a partner, not as a man, as a partner.
Especially if asked to do so, and especially when the perpetrator, in this case,
is his
your
friend. 100%.
You have more of
a standing.
To say you need to absolutely stop this behavior straight away.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
It's not because he's the man. It's because he should just fucking do that. Yeah. And because it's his friend.
Also, if he was a stranger, your partner should...
Not all of the bystanders in this are shitty. The worst person is the perpetrator that has been doing that.
Yeah.
But everyone who stood by and didn't do anything is also shitty.
Yeah.
She has done nothing wrong.
No, absolutely not. And we do need more men or... we need more people, but I would say...
Because men are the people that other men are going to assume won't say anything, that will just sit idly by and allow it to happen.
Yeah.
But, men feel comfortable doing this kind of things around other men because they're less likely to speak up about it.
Because this is man behavior.
Yeah. It's just boys being boys.
Yeah, which is ridiculous. Yeah. So we do need more men to take a stand and be like, no, this is not okay. Obviously, every person... But coming from the perpetrator side of,
statistically
I think is
majority perpetrators.
Not all, but just saying
They should lift
they should
the
be,
weight.
being more open and more
Held more accountable.
exactly. But yeah, I think that's it. We have 4 stories.
I'm sure we can make something out of that.
Yeah, hopefully. But yeah, let us know what you think.
I think they were all pretty straightforward, so I'd be surprised
think
if
so
anyone
too.
disagreed with us, but
That's why I'm curious to know if someone like has a different
yeah, maybe we
opinion.
missed some subtle things in the writing or something.
It is always good to learn someone else's perspective, but I do feel like
We were right.
Yeah.
With all of our perspective.
like I'm open to change my mind, but I think we were right.
Yeah, especially on these, I don't feel very
There was
easily
no like
swayed.
grey line. Like I think
there wasn't
very-
any like, this is hard.
Yeah. Maybe next time I'll choose stories that are a bit more
Grey area
controversial.
stories.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
We should I should find one where we're gonna disagree and argue.
Please. No, maybe not. Let's not break up on camera.
No, not break up. Just have a different.
We
opinion.
would not break up because we communicate.
Yeah. We'll listen.
Yeah. We understand each other's perspective.
Excuse me.
Alright.
Wow.
Thanks so
Okay.
much for coming to another video.
Thank you so much.
We hope you like this style of video.
Yeah.
No one's told us otherwise yet, so we'll keep doing them until someone
tells us off.
gives us suggestions or
I
criticism.
think like we've kind of uploading different sort of
Styles.
videos where we have every other week some Reddit stories because it is something that we enjoy.
Yeah.
Listening to, reading, like I've been reading Reddit stories for so long, and we do like to discuss it in real life. It's something that we're doing
In our relationship.
currently.
I also feel like it gives a bit of an insight into who we are as people and how our relationship is
I think
as well,
so.
because hopefully we are implementing all of the advice that we give into our own relationship.
And we're also doing some more like lesbian content, I guess more
Girlfriendy relationship style videos.
But if there's anything that you want us to do differently or to do new, like just let us know.
Yeah, we're totally open to suggestions and criticisms.
Yes, please. And yeah, thank you so much.
That's it.
Bloopers? No.
Bloopers. That is a blooper.
Yeah, that is a
itself.
blooper in itself. So do we say ciao mates?
Ciao, mates. I hate myself.
Say that.